Good day, this is Visual Lesson 3.1, and the topic is about the third type of variation, the joint variation. The learning competency today is to illustrate situations that involve joint variation. Let's define joint variation. It is a mathematical relationship where one variable changes proportionally with the product of two or more other variables. It is just like direct variation, except that more than two quantities are involved, possibly also influenced by a constant factor. So this time, in our lesson, we have two or more independent variables. So for you to fully understand the definition, so we have variable A, variable B, and variable C. So variable A is the dependent variable, while variables B and variable C are the independent variables. If both variable B and variable C increase, variable A will increase even more significantly. On the other hand, if both variable B and C decrease, variable A will decrease even more significantly. It signifies that as one variable changes, others adjust proportionally while their product remains constant. So let's take a look here. The increase in the independent variable leads to a proportional increase in dependent variable given that the other variable and constant remain unchanged. However, there are instances that the effect on the dependent variable will depend on the magnitudes of these changes in the independent variable. There are times that variable B will increase while variable C decrease. And how will it affect the dependent variable? So it depends on these changes. And we will tackle it on our next video lesson. Joint variation has applications in various fields including physics, economics, engineering, and sciences. So let's see some examples of real-life application of joint variation. The first example is the cost of shipping a package can depend on both its weight and the distance it needs to travel. So nakadepende ang babayaran natin sa bigat at sa layo ng panggagalingan ng isang package. Another real-life example is the electricity consumption of a household on both the number of electrical appliances used and the duration for which they are used. So kapag marami tayong appliances na gamit sa bahay at kung gaano katagal natin itong ginagamit, ay tumatakbo ang ating electricity meter. Ibig sabihin ng ating electricity consumption ay tumataas. Next, real-life example is the total production output depends to the number of machines and the hours they operate. So, ang total production output ng isang product ay nagva-vary sa number of machines na gumagawa ng isang product at kung gaano katagal ito mag-ooperate. Next example, the cost of a trip depends on the distance we'll travel and the number of travelers. Of course, kung dalawa lang kayo magta-travel papuntang Boracay, for example, meron siyang certain amount. Pero paano kung nagdagdag pa kayo ng ibang kaibigan? For example, naging 6 kayo. Of course, yung cost of a trip na yan ay tataas din kasi dumami kayong travelers. What if hindi lang yung Boracay Island ang gusto nyong pasyalan? Gusto nyo pang pumunta ng Kalibo? Madadagdagan yung cost of trip nyo kasi gagamit kayo ng ibang sasakyan para makarating sa Kalibo, Aklan. In our discussion about joint variation, what other real-life examples of joint variation you have in mind? Write it in your notebook. Thank you!